What's up, whiskey friends, far and wide? We're live. Happy tasty Tuesday to everybody. Welcome. It is happy hour. Tuesday. How's everybody doing? I'm Eric, your humble malt muser. And we're going to rock out here tonight with 3 hours of whiskey chat, as always here on Tuesdays. I will get into what we got on tap this evening. But first, let me hop in. We got some early birds in the chat. What's going on, y'all? Daniel, first in the door in East Texas. What's up, Daniel? Super cold night. Old Kentucky Spirit from 2014. Okay. That's the old turkey-looking bottle. Yeah, can't find those anymore. Hope that's going to go down for you all, buddy. Lost Cause, what's good in the bayou? Oh. Lefroy 25, huh? Okay. You're not messing around tonight. What's the occasion? Just Tuesday? Sorry, we've got some Philly background coming in right now. Good to see you, man. Yeah, there you go, indeed. What's up in Ontario, Peter White? Good to see you, buddy. Solancha, what's happening? We got 4 folks in the chat already. Good deal. Tamika Ivy. What's up, Tamika? Whiskey People Malt, you're looking extra cute today. What's up? I don't know, Tamika. I don't know. Cold in Chicago. Got off work tomorrow, so I'm getting my drink on. Some Evan Williams. Okay, yeah. I remember you were saying something about that like a couple weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. Good to have you as always, Tamika. Cheers. So let me set things up for everybody. Happy hour tonight. It's going to be great. I got a little present in the mail from our good friend Daniel, who sent me some amazing samples. I'm going to get into a few of the Scotch samples tonight. We got Kilkerran 8-year-old oloroso. I'm really looking forward to this. Haven't been able to find this anywhere. So we'll get that in the glass. And then another really special one, Edgerdour 10 cask strength barrel select. This is first fill oloroso, 57.4%. My man, thank you so much for these samples. I'm really looking forward to tasting these two tonight. He sent me a bunch of other ones too, which is going to be a lot of fun. We'll get into those at some point in time in the near future. Before that, though, let me just get into a little bit of housekeeping. So I'm going to be off again next week, Tuesday, Christmas week, all that. Heading back to snowy Wisconsin to spend some time with the family. So I'll be off. Telex might be doing his show, but I'm not even sure. He'll let you know. But I'll be back on the 29th for the last happy hour of 2020, man. Good riddance, right? So that'll be cool. The other thing I'll mention quick, as I told you all about last week, I'm going to do an early release of my top whiskeys of the year for 2020 to folks who are on Patreon. If Carl's in the house, I want to give a shout out to him for joining last week. I'll drop the link in the chat if anybody's interested. If you're interested in supporting the show in any way you can, join on Patreon. You will get the early release of the 2020 Whiskey of the Year and top 5 that I'm going to put together. So really looking forward to that. And again, thank you all for the support, whether it's through Patreon, whether it's just tuning in, keeping the chat lively. This has been a lot of fun. And Telex and I are super grateful for the support you've given us while we've been pushing through this pandemic. And we're going to continue it on into 2021. So after we do these delicious samples sent by Daniel, Telex and I are going to be heading over to Speyside tonight. We're going to be doing a double tasting, as always, on the Tasty Tuesday Telex Malt Show. We're going to be doing some AnCnoc. We'll be tasting in the first hour AnCnoc 12 years old, and then we'll be doing AnCnoc 18 years old. So we got some great AnCnoc whiskeys set up for our tasting tonight. We'll let you know all about those. If you're familiar with AnCnoc, do join us. If you got a bottle of AnCnoc, have a sip with us. You don't know anything about AnCnoc, we're going to tell you all about it tonight. It's a great distillery, one of my favorites, and sneak peek, I wouldn't be surprised if one of those AnCnoc whiskey comes in my top 5 whiskeys of the year this year. I really, really like their distillery, and I haven't had a bad whiskey from them yet. So should be a lot of fun, but let's get into it. All right. So as I mentioned, Daniel sent some of these great samples. And I think because the Kilkerran is peated, I'm going to go first with this Edgerdour. This is a 10-year-old cask strength. Barrel select, 57.4% ABV. This should be a lot of fun. Let me get this in the glass. But first, Maher, Beaming the signal from India. What's up, buddy? I have an exam in 3 hours. Oh, man. Well, thanks for stopping in. I don't know if you're getting your mind limber with a taste of whiskey or not, but thanks for that message on Instagram, by the way. I'm still actually going to be looking for that whiskey that you mentioned. It was a Singleton 12-year-old, but it was in peated casks, which is awesome. I'm going to check that out. Yeah, no, totally understand, brother. Do your thing, man. You can have a couple drams after your exam. What time is it for you anyways? It's early morning, right? 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, India time. Either way, good to see you, buddy. Cohen, what's up in SoCal? Packers need to win to keep number 1 in the NFC. Yeah, they do. Yo, man, that Lions game got a little dicey, brother. I was a little concerned for a second there, but it's looking good, man. I mean, Rodgers is playing out of his mind. We just have no defense. Packers have no defense this year. I mean, people are passing and running through them like butter. So it's going to be on the offense. Thankfully, the offense is clicking on all cylinders. So, yeah, they've taken the NFC North. Always great. Hopefully, we will keep that going. I always like to see my hometown team kicking ass and all that. Peter White, AnCnoc 24 show up for 165. Yeah, man, buy that for sure. It's a stupidly good price. The AnCnoc 24, which we're not going to taste tonight, but I do actually have some, probably one of my favorite whiskeys that I've tasted this year, just so folks know. I mean, it's fantastic. I haven't done a full review of it yet, but definitely will be because it's that good. And as Peter just alluded to, the price on that whiskey is ridiculous. I mean, $165 in Canada, I still see it in the $200 range in the US, which is criminally cheap for a 24-year-old single malt scotch these days. So, yeah, I'll tell you more about that later. Myers says it's 6:30 in the morning over there. Okay, you're an early riser, bud. Hope you got some coffee. All right, so here we go with this. Edgerdour, 10-year-old, cast strength, barrel select, 57.4%. It's first fill Oloroso. Let me know in the chat if you have had any of these delicious Edgerdour releases before. I know their core range stuff is pretty limited, specifically in the United States. I usually only see the Caledonia and the regular 10. There might be one other one. I did get to go to a whiskey tasting with the Philadelphia Whiskey Society where somebody had brought, it was like a BYOB thing. They had brought a 13-year-old. It was like a 13-year-old or a 12-year-old single cask, which was just outstanding. I had the opportunity to buy it and didn't. And once I tasted it, I regretted it. But in any event, let's get some of this Edgerdour in the glass. I'm going to do let's do a half drink. Man, this is so dark. I'm going to show you guys the color of this here. Check this out. Look at that. That's first fill Oloroso, if I've ever seen it before. I'm going to let that sit for just a sec. Peter White said AnCnoc 1975 is the gold standard. Oh, yeah, I remember you mentioning that, Peter. Boy, I can only imagine what that must look like. I do worry a little bit about AnCnoc in the next year or two, mostly because the other distilleries owned by, I think it's the Edgerton Group, the other distilleries owned by them have went through a lot of rebrands, and those rebrands have not exactly received rave reviews. They went away. They're the same people that own Ball Blair, and Ball Blair, who used to do these awesome, single cask. They did the vintage releases, in boxes like this, which I always thought were pretty damn cool. They've went away from this and just went to straight up regular age statements with a really kind of boring looking bottle labeling. So that's kind of disappointing, to be honest with you. And I think Old Pulteney is in their range as well, which is also concerning because the Old Pulteney range has changed quite a bit too. And I've not heard great things about their 18-year-old. So I'm not sure what to expect from them. Hopefully AnCnoc remains unscathed in this what seems to be like a concerted effort to rebrand a bunch of stuff under in their company. So we'll see how that goes. But We got some folks talking about AnCnoc. I should have pulled the Edredar out before tonight. Well, I'm going to dig into it tonight, my friend. Oh, there you go. Well, I hope you have some, or at least have some caffeine of some sort. All right. Peter White. You have the heel of the Kilkerran sherry. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'm going to get into that a little bit later in the show. I'm looking forward to tasting that. That's not one I've been able to find anywhere. I've seen that regular 8-year-old Kilkerran, the bourbon cask. That one I can still find quite a bit. I've not bought it. I've bought a couple of their other ones. I've had the 12. I've had the Peat in Progress Batch 1. I have the Sherrywood Batch 1. I don't know what it's called. Sherry in Progress, Work in Progress. I don't know. But nonetheless, I do enjoy their whiskey, and yeah, this Oloroso one has been really, really on my high on my radar as of late. Okay, yeah, you've had a good one of those too. That's awesome. Good stuff. Oh, he's gonna go grab it. Cool. Yeah, let me know when you're ready. We can taste it together. Again, Daniel, thank you for these samples. This Edredar is going to be really, really fun. All right, buddy. Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. Good luck on your exam. Andrew Page, what's up in Jersey? Looking forward to the AnCnoc talk later. Oh, nice. Awesome. Yeah, the AnCnoc 12, buddy. That's a great whiskey. That's going to be fun. We'll do that in the first hour when Telex and I go on, and we're going to check out the 18 after that. So that should be fun. I suppose I should ask, because we've been having a little bit of issue over the past couple of weeks, how is the video coming through for everybody so far? I know there were some challenges with this, and I've still been trying to make sure that this is coming through as clearly as I can. I don't quite know what the issue is, but ever since I changed locations, we've been having some issues with it. So let me know in the chat if it's not coming through super clear or whatever, and I can try and mess with it. Oh, wow. That's a great price, man. Jeez. Huh. That's pretty impressive. Wow. Yeah, I'm about to get into the nose on this right now. So yeah, first one here tonight, Edredar, 10 years old, cask strength, barrel select, first fill oloroso, 57.4. If you missed it, here's the color on this again. I mean, that is absolutely insanely dark. At first, it almost reminded me of Mr. Cloudy, but you know, I don't anticipate a similar experience with this one. Okay, let's get into it. Wow. Heavy nose on this. Rich. There's some toffee, kind of like butterscotch thing going on in the background, but the main thing I'm getting on this is just a ton of dried red fruit, which means this is probably in good casks. I'm not sure what the age was on this. Did I say? Oh, it's 10 years old. Yeah. I mean, for a 10-year-old whiskey, this is like Glendronach 18 Allardyce territory. Wow. Christmas spices, clove, nutmeg, allspice. Damn. Wow. Plum. It's stone fruit. Plum, raisin. Wow, this nose is amazing. Absolutely amazing. There's a nice, almost almond nuttiness to it in the background too. It's almost like manzanilla. It's like you mix sherry and manzanilla. This is great. Oh, Peter White says the video's not bad. Okay, great. Okay, let's give it a taste. Let's get this Tasty Tuesday going, y'all. Cheers. What you guys got in the glass? Mm. Wow. Wow. So it's hot at 57%, but not until the finish. Really rich. Raisin, currant, date, all of those. Dried fruit. Dark stone fruits. The spice is a little muted. I think this really arrives with mostly like a dark fruit. It's almost like there's almost like a deep grape note in this too. As it goes into this finish though, oh wow. Super harmonious. There's like these nice vanilla notes. There's a bit of spice. There's a bit of earthiness. Spice, pretty heavy. Wow. This is great. Honestly, this reminds me of the Allardyce, but obviously coming in at 10% ABV higher. Character-wise, this is like the Allardyce with a little bit more spice. This is really impressive. Man. And it just hangs on too. For a 10-year-old whiskey. Daniel, if you let me know in the chat if you actually have any sense of what was the cost on this. It's a really good cask. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. This is a testament to casks for sure. Super impressive. Yeah, it really is. Thank you, man. This is a great sample. Yeah, I've not had the regular 10 actually, surprisingly. But yeah, I mean, if I can compare this to anything, this is like the Allardyce. I think the Allardyce has a little bit of a longer finish, but this is coming in a lot more potent. It is an explosive whiskey, for sure. I'm really impressed. Wow. Edgerdour, this is, yeah, for folks who just joined, Edgerdour. I got a sample here from friend of the show, Daniel. Edgerdour, 10-year-old cask strength, barrel select, first fill oloroso, 57.4% ABV. Wow. Incredible. This reminds me of the 12 or 13-year-old single cask that I had from Edgerdour at a tasting. I mean, it's that good. I'll be curious to know what the price is on this. Peter White's asking Daniel about the vintage. Hey, Emily Chambers, what's up? How are things in Florida? Solancha, thanks for stopping in. Hope you're doing well. You got anything good in the glass tonight? Man, I can't get enough of this nose. It's like Christmas cake, Christmas spice. There's a sweetness to it that I can't quite put my finger on. Incredible. Yeah, let me know in the chat if any of y'all have any opinions on Edgerdour. This is not a distillery that I've unfortunately not had a lot from. So anything that y'all know, I would love to hear about it. Yeah, there's even some like dark chocolate notes coming through in this now. Maple syrup, maybe? I don't even know. It's changing so much. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Daniel, you just hit the nail on the head. That's exactly right, man. It's almost as if there's like it's like a blueberry pancakes or something like that. God damn. Excuse me. Wow. Yeah. I'm going to try a little bit of water on this one. Wow. Okay. Yeah. This is a must buy at 100 for sure. Uncontroversial. Wow. Water really tames it though. Not in a bad way. Man, that is good. Y'all, if any of you see any type of special Edgerdour releases, grab them without hesitation. This is fantastic. Even at 10 years old, this is a testament to casks. I mean, this is cask quality of the highest order. It's rich, it's intense. It has a lot of complexity. I mean, if there's one fault, and I can't even think of, I mean, it's a bit hot, but I mean, what do you expect at 57%? Impressive. Give me just one sec, y'all. I'm going to try to tweak this video a little bit. Okay. I should be back here now. Okay, I hope this is a little better. I could tell again that it was getting a little choppy. I'm really sorry about that, you guys. I'm going to figure this out eventually. I'm not sure what the deal is. Man. This has some of the most intense fruit notes that I think I've ever picked up on a whiskey. Incredible stuff. Daniel, thank you so much for that. That's an incredibly good pour. Yeah, blueberry pancakes. Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah, this is, boy, I wish we could get more releases from these guys. This is really good stuff. Oh, Donner Pass. What's up, Donner? How are you? Everything's in California. Nice to see you in the house, buddy. All right. Yeah. 2 thumbs up for the Edgerdour, for sure. This is a fantastic whiskey. I don't know how to get your hands on these. Yeah, he said something's up with the video. It's cleaner. I don't know what the deal is, man. I'm gonna try to get the handle on this. I think it's looking better now. I hope, right? It should be. There's something up with it. I'm really sorry, you guys. This has been annoying for the last couple of weeks. I thought we had it handled last week, but for whatever reason, I'm still seeming to get just too much feedback. I mean, I can tell even in the app. So apologies for that. Hopefully it's cleared up a little bit. We'll keep it going. Waiting for the Caledonia 12-year to come in. Yeah, that would be awesome. Cool, y'all. So we're heading to the bottom of the hour. Let me just give everybody a quick recap. Tasting some samples tonight on Happy Hour to get things started. Next up is the Kilkerran 8 Oloroso. Really looking forward to that. And shout out to friend of the show, Daniel, who sent me these samples. And so this has been great. This Edgerdour is fantastic. I'm going to save the rest of this sample bottle because I'm going to have to get into this a little bit more. It's that good. And I'll just mention again that if folks are interested in supporting the show on Patreon, I'll drop the link in the chat. Any amount of support will ensure you get the early release of my top whiskeys of 2020. That video will drop to Patreon supporters first. And again, appreciate anybody who is able to support. And if not, just appreciate everybody's general hanging out, talking whiskey. That's what this is all about. Appreciate y'all for that. All right. I'm going to get this Kilkerran 8 in the glass and just let it marinate for a little bit and then catch up on the chat because it looks like we got some folks keeping it going. We got 15 folks in the house, man. What's up, everybody? What's everybody drinking this Tuesday? I know y'all are probably in the same position as me, either dealing with a winter storm or preparing for one. We're supposed to get inundated with a pretty substantial storm here in Philadelphia tomorrow morning. So getting ready for that. All right, let me catch up on the chat here. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I'm gonna figure this out eventually. I do apologize for that. It's been quite a annoying thing. Stephen Connor's in the house. What's up, Stephen? How are you? We just tasted an Edgerdour 10 cast strength first fill oloroso. you probably have a little bit of experience with Edredar. It was absolutely amazing stuff. I would love to hear your thoughts if you've ever had that one before. Great to have you in, bud. How's your Tuesday in Tennessee going? I think I missed a couple other ones too. What else are we talking about here? Yeah, Donner Pass dropped in to say hi, man. Great to see you as always, my friend, as always. Yeah, Daniel somehow found these out in Tennessee. Or I'm sorry, East Texas. Just checked Zinn's website. Edredar is all gone except for the 10. They had an 18 Barolo cask and a 19 Bordeaux Ret cask. Oh, shit. Do they ship? keep me in the loop if they ship, brother, because I might need to add that to my list. You know, living in Pennsylvania, you know, the shipping is really limited because it's all government-run stores here in PA. Being in Philly makes it easier because I'm literally right across the river from New Jersey, so I can go hunt around there if I'm looking for something special. But the government stores here aren't bad. It's just not always easy to get, you know, more rare stuff, or they tend to stock themselves with a lot of kind of, you know, good whiskeys, good prices, but not always the selection you want. So that's always an issue. But there are some shops that I've found that will ship here despite the cost, or I mean, despite the rules. They still somehow are able to ship here anyways. I'm not sure how that works, but you know, I take care of I take advantage of it when I can. Right. Let's see what else is going on here. As I mentioned, next up, got it resting in the glass here. 8-year cask strength, Kilkerran from Campbelltown. They're out of Glengyle, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, yeah. And this is the new 8-year-old cask strength. So they released their first cask strength 8-year-old was, I believe, in 2018, where it's a bourbon cask. This is a sherry cask. So this one is relatively new. I have not been able to find it anywhere here in PA or in New Jersey for that matter. So getting to taste this tonight is going to be a real treat. So I appreciate that, y'all. Steven is in the house. Yeah, great. Yeah, Daniel, super appreciate these samples. He said Edredar's all go. Okay, yeah. Oh, Peter White had one too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even sure I've ever been able to find a place in Canada that would ship. Yeah. Peter, I mean, what's the drive time, Peter? We could be halfway. I don't know where you are in Ontario, but, you know, I'm not close. I'm not far from the border. 5-hour drive from Philly to Buffalo, maybe. Get at me, dude. Damn, those red finishes sounded true. Yeah, they're great. I'm not sure what the scene is like for you, Emily, in Florida, but you know, I'm sure you probably have found a shop or two that's at least carries some decent stuff. I hope. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are in Texas. Yeah, I've not had the regular Edredar 10, but yeah, I think I've seen, you know, price wise, it's kind of right in that $55 range. So it's not something that I've jumped on necessarily when I've seen it, just because, you know, another 10-year, but I'd like to try it eventually. I mean, obviously after having this, I'm going to be looking for much more interesting Edredars. Oh, yeah. 40 minutes to the closest border. Okay, gotcha, man. Maybe we all need to just do an expedition, make it worth Peter White's time, man. Go do a little whiskey swap at the border, bro. I'm not above it, that's for sure. Stephen Connor says at Malmuser, I had a few Edredar and have a couple on the shelf. Which one are you drinking now? Yeah, so the one that I sampled tonight, this is a 10-year-old cask strength, barrel select, first fill Oloroso, 57.4% ABV. So not sure. Maybe Daniel has other details on the bottle itself that he could share your way, but it's been absolutely fantastic. Okay. So we've given this about 10 minutes in the glass. Here we go. This is the color Kilkerran 8-year-old Oloroso cask strength. This is bottled at 57.1% ABV. I believe Kilkerran is all non-chill filtered and natural color. So praise be to that. And I can tell you right away on the nose on this, it's got that great Campbelltown funk, a bit more vanilla coming through on this one. I don't know if this is probably not all first fill Oloroso, or it's not exclusively Oloroso, I should say. I feel like I'm getting more bourbon notes here. It does have that funk. Marzipan, almond. Picking that up a lot tonight. There's the dried fruits. I mean, it's nowhere near as assertive as the Edredara was in terms of the heavy sherry notes, but it's there, and it seems much more. It's very balanced with these vanilla notes. There's some graham cracker going on in here. It's like s'mores, milk chocolate, marshmallow. Wow. There's something else I can't quite put my finger on. Mint? There's like a mintiness to it. Spearmint, so it's like a sweet mint. Delicious. Not disappointed in the nose. Let's give it a taste. Here we go. Wow. Thick and viscous. Arrives really heavy on the palate, oily, super dark fruit, but sweet. As it develops, you just get this hit of spice. It's like chili pepper, black pepper. Maybe it's kind of like interspliced with the youth of the whiskey, but it's really good. Nice caramel, nice kind of vanilla almond nougat thing going on. Wow. Medium finish. What's a bottle of this one cost, Daniel? Let me know in the chat too. I mean, do y'all have any favorite Kilkerrans? Have any of you had this new Kilkerran 8 sherry cask? This, again, another one that I think, similar to the Edredara, it seems to be a theme tonight, that the casks are really the star of the show with this whiskey. I mean, these are young whiskeys. This is an 8-year-old. What the Edredara was a 10. And these are drinking much, much older. They just taste like they have a lot more maturation. You can tell a bit on the finish that the youth and the spirity nature of it comes through. I mean, there's even some like limestone note in this, kind of like a wet stone granite thing going on. But really tasty. Yeah, I don't know what the price is that you're going to find on this, but this is probably in that. I mean, if this is 100 or less, it's still worth it even at 8 years. It's that good. Yeah, this is impressive. We'll go a little bit of water. Oh man, it just has that signature Campbelltown funk. For folks who are fans of Springbank and maybe haven't had Kilkerran before, you know what I'm talking about. It's in this as well. Just that musty old warehouse, almost like damp wood. It's great. Wow. This is the perfect thing to be drinking. These two are perfect for this time of year. Christmas, holidays, no matter what you celebrate. It's got that spice, the mulled wine note, where you have kind of like deep red fruit notes mixed with like cinnamon, allspice. Even to some degree, there's even like a cranberry note going on in this. Yeah, this is fantastic. Yeah, I got to get a bottle of this. Mm. So the water muddles this a little bit. Even though it was a bit hot on the neat, I feel like the water has actually kind of muddled this up a little bit. It kind of, I mean, I'm not going to say it falls apart, but ooh. I'm getting a lot more like honey, citrus notes, like acidity, oakiness. This is interesting. It's a pretty significant shift between with water and without. I almost wonder, despite it being kind of hot, neat, I almost wonder if it's better that way. You're really starting to notice the youth of this, I think, with the addition of water. Still, though, I would love to compare this with the bourbon 8-year-old. Let me see what's going on in the chat. What's up, everybody? I know I've been neglecting folks for a minute here. Let's see here. Take you all to Alberta. Yeah, y'all. We got to work something out. Rules are in Texas. Oh yeah, for sure. Just throwing it over the fence. And we've seen we don't have, and there are a couple of fun hole in the walls, but often above my person. What are the shipping regulations like in Florida? Are they pretty liberal with it? I mean, when I lived in DC, they were, and if they are, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you know offhand. Let me know. I mean, I'd be happy to send you some recommendations of some places that have good prices on quality stuff. Oh yeah. That's the Edgerdour. Yeah, I mean, the Edgerdour I think is the star of the show here. You do get some of the peat here. I'm surprised at how subdued the peat is on this. Actually, it's not smoky, but there is a bit of that effervescent peat note. There you go. Folks talking international borders here. Awesome, man. That's great. Yeah, folks talking back at each other. Wait till the water changes in the wow. Yeah, 80 USD is great. Yeah, I did going back to this. I feel like the water actually, I don't know. It kind of subdued what was most interesting about this off when it was neat, but I can't quite tell. You know what? I got to pour a little bit more of this. I'm not even going to front. Let's just do it. Get a bit more of that in the glass. How long did you have this bottle open for? Just out of curiosity. Austin Gardner, what's up? Happy Tasty Tuesday, brother. Been looking for that Kilkerran forever. Yeah, no, me neither, man. I can't find it anywhere. I still see the bourbon one, relatively available, but not this one. It'll probably take a while. And plus, Kilkerran is on people's radar a bit more now, and so I think they're going to be harder to snatch up. Yeah, I remember seeing the bourbon. The 8-year-old bourbon was around 75 when I saw it, and I didn't pull the trigger. I went for the peat in progress instead, which was like probably right or a little bit cheaper than that. I had the 8-year sherry first fill from last year and wasn't very impressed. It was a little too dirty sherried. My favorite is the Kilkerran 15 oloroso. Oh God, yeah, I can only imagine. What does a 15-year-old oloroso run? That would be interesting to know. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm behind as usual. Apologies, y'all. Yeah, do that. I can even look for you, Emily. You know what? I'll drop my email in the chat. I'm happy to, I have a good list of stores that ship that I used to go to all the time in DC. And I think there actually might be a Florida shop or two on there. I'm happy to send you a list of places. I'll dig into it a little bit for you as well. And if I find some spots, because like I built my collection so much on shipping stuff from out of state, because honestly, in DC, it was, I mean, whiskey is just expensive. It's an international city, you know, high taxation, all of that. You know, I mean, you would get a bottle of Ugadal for 120 in DC, and there are places that will ship it to you for like 70, 60. So happy to dig in that for you. It's a great way to kind of find stuff. And as you buy more things, you know, like you buy one bottle, the shipping's $25. You buy two bottles, it's $27. You buy three, it's 26. You know, like it goes down as you increase how much. So if you want to go on a splurge, you'll be able to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I just put a little bit more in here, open for about a month. Okay, good to know. I'm really surprised at how much more kind of almond, vanilla, and nutmeg I get off of this. It's quite nice. All right, we'll give it another taste here. Yeah, that's good. It just needs more water. I'm gonna go even further. I mean, this is 57%. I'm gonna dilute it. I put about 2 teaspoons in this now. Great legs on it. We'll see where this goes. Oh, I hate when that happens. When I used to hunt for old Lefroy cartridges, that happened to me all the time, where they would have like a cartridge from like 3 years ago on there, and I would order it, and they write me back. They're like, actually, we don't have this anymore. So I just like when I started to get a feel for it and thought, you know what, they probably don't have this, but I'm going to call. I would call, and I've actually surprised. I got 2 Amontillado 2014 Lefroy's just because I ended up just calling the people and being like, can you triple confirm that the image and stuff on your website is actually what you have in stock? Because it ends up being so outdated sometimes. What fences? Yeah, I don't think we have any fences with you. We don't. I mean, you know, Trumpster tried to put some fences up in Mexico. I'm not even sure how that went. He says it went. He says he did a lot of it, but I haven't seen it. Yeah, this Kilkerran is great. Again, Daniel, thank you so much, man. These samples are fantastic. The Edradour, I think, is the star of the show. This has been just an absolute joy to experience. I appreciate you sending me these. And one more shameless plug for the night, just to let folks know, I'm going to do an early release to Patreon supporters of my Whiskeys of the Year. You can join me on Patreon at the link in the chat at any amount that fits your budget. Supports the show, ensures I can continue to find good whiskeys to taste, and I will be making sure that you folks get early releases of all my stuff, including my top 5 whiskeys of the year. So feel free to join if you are interested, but appreciate all your support no matter what. Oh, yeah, I already saw that one. Okay. Yeah, I'm way far behind. Stephen Connor said I had a Glengarry bottled for certain years. It was tasty. I can't remember what they were. Kilkerran 16s being released in the US. I heard my Cohen. Keep me posted on that. I know a few Cali shops that will still ship to PA. So I'll check that out for sure. Man, oh man. Jack the Pickled Hound, Glenallachie 10 CS. I actually can still find batch 1. Does anybody have any opinions on batch 1 of that? Because if you do, let me know. I might have to go grab it. There's this spot that's still selling the batch 1. I think I need to try and get my hands on it. So, folks, just so you know, we're getting close to Telex territory, about 15 minutes. Telex and I tonight are going to be going to Speyside to check out a distillery that I've become a huge fanboy of over the year. which is AnCnoc. In the first hour, we are going to be checking out the AnCnoc 12 years old. This is the entry level into their range, if I'm not mistaken. They may have an NAS, but I'm not aware of it. They do have a lot of kind of interesting one-off releases, but we'll be checking out the AnCnoc 12 in the first hour. And then in the second hour, we're going big, AnCnoc 18 years old. So 2 AnCnoc whiskeys. If you're familiar with them, join us. Share your thoughts and notes on AnCnoc. If you've never heard of AnCnoc, this is going to be a great show for you to check in on, because I'll be honest, this distillery makes damn fine whiskey. And as I will, and Telex and I will talk about in the show, they do their stuff proper. So I'll drop the link in the chat when Telex is ready for action, of course, and look forward to seeing everybody for that. We'll do the 12-year-old in hour number 1, and we'll do the 18-year-old in the second hour. And we got 17 folks in, so this is great, man. How's everybody's Tuesday going? Let me know. Anybody shipping? Shipping. I just saw it say shipping. Anybody sipping on anything good tonight? Your pour is the first pour past the neck. Oh, great. Yeah. To summarize, I mean, this Edredar is a total standout. I would buy this without hesitation if I ever get the opportunity to get my hands on it. The Kilkerran is really good too. It would depend on the price. I mean, I still think it's probably worth it. I like their stuff enough. But the Edredar was just next level. Really impressed with that. As I mentioned earlier, I went to a tasting where, as part of the Philadelphia Whiskey Society, where they were, the guy who runs it was selling he had a small number of Edredar single casks. They were like 13 years old, I think. And they, I didn't buy it. I didn't know much about Edredar. I was just like, I don't know, I can't buy everything. And then I went to the tasting, and it was a BYOB, and folks had put stuff out on the table, and, we were all sharing whiskeys and all of this. And somebody who had bought a bottle put it out, and the minute I tasted it, I regretted it. I was like, God damn it. I should have bought that, because that was a special bottle. And I can tell you right now that this one rivals that. I mean, even at a couple years younger, this was just absolute stunner. All right, what else is going on? He says batch 3 and 4. Oh, you're talking about the Glenallachie. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I wasn't sure about batch 1. I didn't pick it up. It's been sitting there forever. I keep looking at it. Oh man, really? AnCnoc 12 is 40% for you. Damn. This is that same thing with the UK, with like the Lafroig 10 is 40%. The AnCnoc 23 or 12 here is 43%. I imagine that makes all the difference. Gary's in the house. What's up, Gary? Nice to see you, bud. Happy Tuesday. Just finished working, he says. Awesome. Stephen Connor's still working as well. Right on, right on. I hear you. Lost Cause, Wilderness Trail Bourbon, NOLA Bourbon. Ooh. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with Wilderness Trail. Actually, Daniel, did you send me some Wilderness Trail? Let me take a look at this. There's so many samples here. You had sent me some great stuff. No, Iron Root. That's the one that you sent me. A bunch of Iron Roots. Yeah. We'll be checking those out in a couple of weeks, man. I'm looking forward to it. First pour of the night for Austin Gardner is, look at this dude. Coming in here with his B-Tax. Congrats, man. I don't know if you've had any of the other ones, but I'd be curious how it stacks up. I was fortunate enough to taste I tasted the 2019 version. I mean, yeah, it was absolutely stellar. Did you find that, did you get it in an auction or not auction, in a lottery, or did you end up having to like go secondary on it? Cool. ML Muser drinking the remaining 1 ounce of this drink. It tastes a bit better, but last time, but still the chalk vitamin swamp. Yeah. I kept the bottle. It's sitting back there in my Booker's box along with a book. That bottle's never going to leave. Good to hear. I'm glad there's still some Mr. Cloud being consumed out in the world, or should I say, thoughts and prayers. Yeah, man, I know. And like you're probably experiencing it the same way I did, where you're like, oh wait, it's gotten better. And then you go for like the second taste or the third taste. God damn, like it's still the same. There's something up with that, man. I actually didn't save any samples of it, but I wish I would have. Oh, you did send me some wilderness. Okay, great. Yeah, well, I'll be getting into that soon. So good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I bet. Jeez. That Malmuser just poured a store pick Buffalo Trace. Oh, nice. Yeah, I got to reset my palate a little bit after those delicious ass whiskeys. And I'm going to go for one of my favorite palate reset whiskeys ever, especially after you've been drinking sherry. Naked Grouse, 43%. It is a blend of it's a blended malt, so it's all malt whiskey. So we're not looking at any grain here, and it's all first fill sherry. 43%, so it just rolls perfect. It's got some sweetness. It does things proper. I absolutely adore this whiskey. I really recommend it to folks. It's a great just like palate starter, especially if you're going to do a flight of sherried whiskeys. It just kind of sets it does everything at like a slightly lower than medium level, so you just get your bearings, taste buds awaken. You know what you're expecting. Props to the Naked Grouse. I'll do a review of this relatively soon, but I think this will be a good one to begin the transition with, because we are on Telex Watch officially. We got about 8 minutes before Telex is going to be joining us. That's awesome, man. Mr. Cloudy. I mean, if there's one whiskey that could summarize 2020 on this journey we've been all on together, it's Mr. Cloudy. that whiskey encapsulates everything about COVID and the other absolute insanities that we've had to endure here in this foul year of our Lord. Yeah, Fuzzy Cask. Rest in peace. I got it right here. The bottle's never going to go away. I got to keep it. It is at this point. It's an heirloom. And actually, let's see what it smells like. Yeah. Oh God, it smells like a bowling alley. Mr. Cloudy, keeping it real, never change. Austin Gardner. I paid somewhat secondary $350. That's not bad though. A $350, man, for the BTEC. I don't know, man. I have a hard time thinking that it's not worth that. I mean, that's such a good bourbon. I'd go with it. Yeah, that's not bad, man. I hope you're enjoying it. Wow, 71. Jesus. I found a new weekly review of the cake. You know, I've been going back and forth on the cake. I obviously didn't do it tonight. Let me take a look here on the shelf. I mean, I still got a decent amount left. I was doing it for a while. I'll be honest. Like, I feel like it's going to be really difficult to match the Cloudy. I'll find something for 2021. We'll find something that we'll taste each week. I was trying it with the cake, but I've been hit or miss on it just because other stuff has come up. But yeah, long story short, save your money. Don't buy the cake. There's better stuff out there, even from Glenmorangie. Yeah, totally agree. I think the Naked Grouse is fantastic. Rod, what's up? Happy holidays, my friend. Cheers. This is the last happy hour before the Christmas holiday. So if that's what you celebrate, man, great to have you in the house. If y'all are beer fans or want to learn about beer, learn more about beer, sub to Rod J Beer Ventures. He's the man. He does a bunch of live streams, like every Thursday. I think you got another one. You know, you were on Sunday this week. Rod's good people, man. Check it out. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Appreciate you. Yes, exactly. The 12-year-old Malaga Cats. I dropped a review of this last week. Glenmorangie released a 12-year-old. It's part of their new small batch series. It's a 12-year-old, non-chill filtered, 47.3%. 8 years in first fill or in ex-bourbon, which is typical Glenmorangie, and then 4 years in first fill Malaga cask, which is basically like a PX Oloroso mix. So you're kind of like balancing out the sweetness with the dry fruit. It is an absolute stunner. Probably the best Glenmorangie I've had, with the Spios close behind it. Highly recommend you all buy it on site. It is cheaper than the cake, and I think even for people who aren't fans of Glenmorangie and its kind of light, elegant style, that 12 Malaga cask will potentially make you think twice. I can't recommend it enough. I would definitely check that out. Oh, you had the 2019. Great. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, always, my friend. Cheers. Great to have you in the house. Yeah. Oh, the Signet. Yeah, the Signet. But let me clarify. So Gary brings up a good point. The Signet is really good, but the Signet is also like $190. So when I'm talking about specifically, like I have had the Signet, I would go 12 Malaga cask is probably the best Glenmorangie I've had, followed by the Spios. Those are both sub 100, followed by the Signet. The Signet would be like third on my list. And then I think I'd probably get into Quinta Ruben. As you guys know, I'm a Glenmorangie fan, despite, it's a very light, elegant whiskey, very refined, very distilled. But I appreciate it. And I think that they do finishes as good as anybody. And it has a lot to do with their make. I really think that even when you go to things like the La Santa or the Quinta Ruben 12 or 14-year-old, there's something about their make that I feel like really brings out the best in some of their finishes. And those are both fantastic whiskeys, very readily available. Good sippers. They're not expensive, and they're made with good quality. So yeah, I'm not going to ever hate on Glenmorangie, but I'll tell you, this Malaga cask that they put out is next level. And yeah, if the Signet, the Signet is much more pricey. The 18 is like right there. I would put the Signet over the 18, but the 18 is right there. I think the 18 is really delicious. They're just really good sipping whiskeys. They don't demand a lot out of you, and you can enjoy them, and other folks can enjoy them who may not be into Scotch. I just think Glenmorangie does great whiskey. So yeah, it is what it is. I know a lot of folks aren't fans of Glenmorangie, but that's all good. It's just my opinion after all. Silverlock is in the house. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Gary. I wouldn't be surprised. They do so much. Let's take the Spios. When you talk about a rye whiskey, or a rye finished Scotch rather, there's just not that many. And I've never had one that is as good as the Spios. I haven't had the Glenallachie 9 rye wood yet, but I've had like the Chivas 13 with the rye, American rye finish and blah, blah, blah. And I think that the Spios is brilliant. That's a 4 out of 5 whiskey for me. And strangely, despite it being one of those private releases that's an annual thing, it comes out every, you can still find it relatively available, right around that $100. But I think, yeah, man, I'm telling y'all, I saw that Malaga cask when I was in California, and I grabbed it and I was like, okay, let's see what they can do with it. And it actually beat my expectations. It's just absolutely fantastic. All right, let me do a quick check on our good friend. Hey, what's up, Silverlock? How are things in Chicago? Great to see you. Happy Tasty Tuesday to you as well, my friend. As I mentioned earlier, we are going to be getting into AnCnoc tonight. Telex and I will drop the link right now because it looks like he's borderline ready. So here we go. Check out the chat. We're going to be heading over there. We're doing AnCnoc, 12 years old. This is one of my favorite distilleries, so I hope you guys can join. If you have some AnCnoc, bring it. If you don't know what the fuck AnCnoc is and want to learn about it, you're going to learn about it tonight. We're doing the 12-year-old, which is one of their entry levels, 43%. And then we are doing the 18-year-old, 46%. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you all can come hang out. We got 2 more hours of whiskey talk, y'all. It's Tasty Tuesday. Last one before the holidays for me. So If you can't join, again, appreciate all your support over the year. Truly, deeply, I do. It's been a lot of fun. And I will see you at, no, it won't be the last one of the year, but it'll be the last one before the holiday. I'll be back on the 29th for Tasty Tuesday Happy Hour. And that'll be the one to round us out for 2020. So with that, again, appreciate y'all. Link is in the chat. Head on over to Telex the Whiskey Text channel. We'll be doing some AnCnoc. And until then,